The following program is an OCA Media community-produced episode of Oregon Life, and we would like to thank our sponsor, the Oregon Brooklyn Optimist Club. We are proud to have you as a sponsor. Hello, I'm Frank Caruso, and welcome back to part 2 of our youth camp here and just at the edge of Oregon, actually in Brooklyn. We had a great time out there meeting everyone. So I want you to enjoy this episode, part 2. And remember, go back if you haven't seen it, part 1 of Oregon Life. Enjoy this episode. Thanks for watching.
So hello, I'm Carla. I'm from Mexico, but I live in Colombia. So I came here from Colombia. I have been doing the full-time job as a chef in the kitchen, breakfast, lunch, dinner, sometimes few things, and if we don't have some water, we will need to go and buy some. Basically, that's what I have been doing here, and whatever, if they need something else, wait of Angela, I'm here to help. So today I did an amazing job here in the kitchen. We have mint lemonade. The mint is harvested from the garden and just lemonade. This is brown rice that I made in here. Here. Another batch of rice. These are beans. Here is some lettuce, cut it off and clean. Some potato chips. This is watermelon, cheese. These tomatoes, half of these has been harvested from the garden too. These are gluten tortillas and some cucumber. And first chicken. The first topping that needs to be for this successful bowl burrito chicken. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Please be respectful for who's saying. Olive's going to share with you what we're having for lunch, and Avina's going to do the second one of what we're thankful for today.
For lunch, we're having burrito bowls with chicken, beans, rice, and other toppings. We have guac and sour cream, and then for our drinks, we have lemonade and mint lemonade. The things that were harvested were mint and tomatoes.
For the meal we're about to eat, for those that made it possible, and for those with whom we are about to share it, we are thankful.
Good reading, Avina. Table 1, you can start going up. We're going to go one at a table at a time.
So my name is Jafar Fallahi, and I've known Wade and Angela for 3 or 4 years now. I help out at the camp, and I take pictures, and we make videos for the camp to kind of promote and make people aware of what Wade and Angela and the Hillcrest Orchard Camp are doing here for the kids. And so it was at that time he was putting together coming up with the ideas to put together these camps for young people to learn practical skills and to experience the world in a way that was outside of the classroom, where they could learn hands-on stuff rather than sort of academic theoretical things. Because I think he wants to find points of agreement between different people and to bring sort of the different ideologies and groups of people together in a common set of facts and realities, so that we could learn to work together and find our common ground. And that's, in a general sense, that's a lot of what he's doing, creating a community in the local Oregon area here, where people from the community, adults and other kids, could come and participate and contribute whatever knowledge and skills they had firsthand with the kids, and bring their kids and bring their talents to the camp. And that's really been great for me, because I've gotten to meet all sorts of people like yourself and like other parents and professionals in the area. There's a horse farm. I anticipate, that we could do things with the Zen Buddhist temple out here, or just whoever's interested in helping out. There's a lot of resistance from kids to sort of conform to teachers' expectations or society's expectations anytime there's a hierarchy or an authority figure. And I think in one sense, there's a slight bit of health in that, but in large part when you're young, you need to learn from those who know. But the classroom setting isn't always the best place because they're just, having to regurgitate information. And so what Wade's done here and what the Hillcrest Orchard Camp has done is given them a fun way to get their hands dirty and then to learn those principles and virtues that humanity has always used in order to have a flowering, growing society. And when you see these kids who are at first, if they're not shy, they're a little rebellious and a little resentful of having to do things they don't want to do. But then as they go through the camp and they go through this challenge course and they're helping doing work together and cooperating with each other to do that work and having to consult and have a dialogue with each other to do that work, you start to see this kind of magic change in them where they remember a virtue or a principle that they're supposed to be doing, and then they act it out. Rather than just writing it on a piece of paper, they actually act it out, and they see the value in that, and then they kind of like a light bulb goes off in their head. And I think that for me is just it's just something that they'll take with them, and it'll bear fruit for the rest of their life as they mature. And I think that's the most important thing. So I'll always come back and help out with these camps because of that, because I think there's just a wealth and value here that's beyond material or, it's just sort of the eternal principles and values that are being taught, kids they'll never forget.
So the second lesson we had in our curriculum was on social transformation, of how the kids in their communities can make a difference through service, being a service-oriented leader. So we talked about inspirational leaders that we knew of in the world, in our local communities that made a difference. So we then talked about two of ways that they have been of service here at camp. They've built a chicken coop. They went down and built a fence or a chicken run area. They have also helped serve the meals here. They helped us harvest. Then we talked about how they have been of service at their homes. Many of them talked about their different chores. We talked about at their schools. There's several of them who are working with special needs children. And then also in the community, we've talked about people in need, working at some food shelters or donating to food shelters and food pantries, helping people in need. So then they are now in the process of creating presentations with this idea in mind. They've gotten into groups of 3 or 4, and some of them are creating posters that they're going to present to the group of the ways that they can make a difference in the world. Some of them are doing a skit. I know one skit is actually on bullying. I think they're going to do a little basketball thing of playing basketball, and some kids are going to come in and not be so nice to the other child, and then they're going to think about ways of solutions and how they can make a difference in their communities.
I am the founder of the Royal Falcon Foundation, which is a nonprofit dedicated primarily at this time to these kinds of youth programs and to transforming youth. It's also designed to develop curriculum in conjunction with a publishing company that I founded called Something or Other Publishing. So these things work together to develop something we call experiential leadership. Anyone who comes here as an activity director, we instruct them 10% talk, 90% action, where the participants and the junior guides and the guides, everyone here has to ground their teaching, ground their education in real world experience, engaging directly with reality as it is found in this world in nature. We moved here to Brooklyn from Madison in 2022, and we found this beautiful property, and we realized this is too good for us to just enjoy for ourselves in our privilege. Rather, we have to dedicate this property to service. And so we've had now many camps. We now have a spring, summer, and fall camp, as well as a winter social activity. We're developing monthly activities here to bring youth together from all walks of life, whether they come from a conservative or a liberal background, whether they come from a religious or a non-religious background, and we get their hands in the dirt through planting seeds, harvesting the food that's used in the lunches. I think my wife, who's the camp director, talked a little bit about all the gardening program and how we weave all that into this spring, summer, fall experience. We're very excited about how this is growing. We have international participation this year, including Colombia, Canada, and of course a lot of local folks. The most exciting part of this for me personally is how the parents of some of the participants or people we just met in the community, we invite them to an open house. They immediately see the value. They immediately see transformation happening before their very eyes quickly, and they want to get involved. So they have some skill, they have some hidden talent, they have some program. They build that into the camp. We weave these things together. The camp keeps growing and expanding with newness and freshness. The kids keep loving coming back. And we're just excited about where all this is going. So Angela and I have co-created this camp here on this property with some close friends and associates. Angela's worked in the community here for more than a decade. And what we've tried to do is take this beautiful property and use it in service to others. This is an essential component of our faith, the Baha'i faith, which teaches essentially that all peoples are one and even all the religions are one. There's no distinction between the spiritual teachings. So our camp is open to practitioners of all religions, any religion or no religion, but we give experiential leadership training in transformational growth. And we're so grateful for all the volunteers and people who've come from near and far to support this vision.
Yeah, we've had an enormous amount of support, and we could not do it with the people without them, because without them, yeah, we would not have what we have. And there's so many people that heart and love has poured into it that I just am so grateful to all of them.
That's the part that inspires us more than anybody else, is seeing other people get excited about the community building that is taking place here.
Yeah, I think service can be, like I said earlier, a butterfly effect. When you see it, you want to be a part of it. And I've seen that here with all the volunteers and people involved. They are so excited to be a part of it, and they want to just come back and do more. So again, we're so grateful.
So thank you to everybody who's supporting this program.